Alright, hello, hello, we are live. Alright, hello, hello, we are live. Alright, hello, hello, we are live. And that is way too loud. Way too loud. Way too loud. Trying to figure out why I'm getting an echo. Trying to figure out why I'm getting an echo. Trying to figure out why I'm getting an echo. Alright. I'm going to close out the game while I work on this mystery. Close out the game while I work on this mystery. Close out the game while I work on this mystery. Well, sorry, I guess this is what I get for not doing a practice stream. I guess this is what I get for not doing a practice stream. This is what I get for not doing a practice stream. This is what I get for not doing a practice stream. Alright, did this fix it? I'm not seeing an echo, I'm not hearing an echo. I'm not seeing an echo, I'm not hearing an echo. I'm not seeing an echo, I'm not hearing an echo. That added a delay to it. This doesn't make sense. That added a delay to it. I just get rid of you. Make sense. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I figured this out. Okay, just one more moment. I found the problem. I was a huge idiot. I had my Twitch channel open on a browser tab. Now I just need to undelete the desktop audio. And I also want to do what I originally came in here to do. And put my little character back on. I can't believe I forgot to do that while I was setting up this stream template. Come on, how do I flip you horizontally? Yeah, after all this work that I put in over the weekend to make my channel awesome, it's the really simple, stupid stuff that I forgot to do. Well, it's not all bad, because I did want to take a few minutes at the beginning of the stream, just for talking. Alright, so here's a story I wanted to share with everyone. So a few months ago, there might be a few people that remember this, I lost a jalapeno pepper, and that thing just kind of like went all over the place, so to speak. I think I lost it 2 or 3 different times. It ended up in my car, spent several days there. It got baked by the heat to where it wasn't quite mushy, but it was definitely soft. And I eventually found the thing, cut it up, and used it for chili. Well, it happened again. I lost another jalapeno pepper. This one thankfully didn't make it as far as my car. Here, let me turn down the game music a little bit. Okay, that's better. This one didn't make it as far as my car, but it found a pretty creative spot to hide in my kitchen. And it just evaded my notice for like a week after I made a big batch of jalapeno poppers. Actually, looks like my headset might be a little loud too. Let me turn that down. Yeah, Morrowind does not like to be alt-tabbed, so this is going to be the last time I do anything. But yeah, so twice now, within the span of like 2 or 3 months, I've managed to lose 2 jalapeno peppers in separate incidents for literally days on end. I don't know how I managed to do that. I'm glad that I found them before they went bad, though. Both were eventually delicious. Alright, so let's get going with our gaming here. If you watched the YouTube video I put out last night, you saw me emptying out the inventory. I enchanted a couple of items. Basically, just getting stuff ready so that all we need to do today is read this lore and then go and beat the game. So let's start with the Battle of Red Mountain and the rise and fall of the Tribunal. Who can clearly recall the events of the distant past? But you have asked me to tell you, in my own words, the events surrounding the Battle of Red Mountain, the birth of the Tribunal, and the prophecies of a Nerevar reborn. Here's what I can tell you. When the Chimera first abandoned the herds and tents of their nomadic ancestors and built the first great houses, we loved the Daedra and worshipped them as gods. But our brethren, the Dwemer, scorned the Daedra and mocked our foolish rituals and preferred instead their gods of reason and logic. So the Chimera and the Dwemer were always at bitter war until the Nords came and invaded Resdain. Only then did the Chimera and the Dwemer put away their strife and join together to cast out the invaders. Once the Nords were driven out, General Nerevar of the Chimera and General Dumak of the Dwemer, who had come to love and respect one another, resolved to make peace between their peoples. In that time, I was but a junior counselor to Nerevar, and Nerevar's queen, Almalexia, and his other favorite counselor, Sothasil, always doubted that such a peace might long survive, given the bitter disputes between the Chimera and Dwemer. But by negotiation and compromise, Nerevar and Dumak somehow managed to preserve a fragile peace. But when Dagoth, Lord of House Dagoth, and trusted as a friend by both Nerevar and Dwemer, brought us proof that High Engineer Kagranak of the Dwemer had discovered the heart of Lorkhan, and that he had learned how to tap its powers and was building a new god, a mockery of Chimera faith, and a fearsome weapon, we all urged Nerevar to make war on the dwarves and to destroy this threat to Chimera beliefs and security. Nerevar was troubled. He went to Dumak and asked if what Dagoth said was true. But Kagranak took great offense and asked whom Nerevar thought he was, that he might presume to judge the affairs of a Dwemer. Nerevar was further troubled and made a pilgrimage to Holamion, the sacred temple of Azura, and Azura confirmed all that Dagoth had said was indeed true, and that the creation of a new god of the Dwemer should be prevented at all costs. When Nerevar came back and told us what the goddess had said, we felt our judgments confirmed, and again counseled him to war, chiding Nerevar for his naive trust and friendship, and reminding Nerevar of his duty to protect the faith and security of the Kaimar against the impiety and dangerous ambitions of the Dwemer. Then Nerevar went back to Vardenfall one last time, hoping that negotiations and compromise might once again preserve the peace. This time, the friends Nerevar and Dumak quarreled bitterly, and as a result the Kaimar and Dwemer went to war. The Dwemer were well defeated by their The Dwemer were well defended by their fortress at Red Mountain, but Nerevar's cunning drew most of Dumak's armies out into the field and pinned them there, while Nerevar, Dagoth, and a small group of companions could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means. There, Nerevar, the Kaimar king, met with Dumak, the Dwarf king, and they both collapsed from grievous wounds and draining magics. With Dumak fallen and threatened by Dagoth and others, Kagranak turned his tools upon the heart, and Nerevar said he saw Kagranak and all his Dwemer companions at once disappear from the world. In that instant, Dwemer everywhere disappeared without a trace. But Kagranak's tools remained, and Dagoth seized them, and he carried them to Nerevar, saying, "That fool Kagranak has destroyed his own people with these things. We should destroy them right away, lest they fall into the wrong hands." But Nerevar was resolved to confer with his queen and his generals, who had foreseen that this war would come, and whose counsel he would not ignore again. "I will ask the tribunal what we shall do with them, for they have had wisdom in the past that I had not. Stay here, loyal Dagoth, until I return." So Nerevar told Dagoth to protect the tools and the Heart Chamber until he returned. Then Nerevar was carried to us, where we waited on the slopes of Red Mountain, and he told us all that had transpired under Red Mountain. What Nerevar had said was that the Dwemer had used special tools to turn their people into immortals, and that only the heart of Lorcan held wondrous powers. Only later did we hear from others present that Dagoth had thought the Dwemer destroyed, not made immortal. And no one knows for sure what really happened there. After hearing Nerevar, we gave our counsel as he requested, proposing we should preserve these tools in trust for the welfare of the Kaimar people. And who knows, perhaps the Dwemer are not gone forever, but merely transported to some distant realm, from which they may someday return to threaten our security once again. Therefore we need to keep these tools to study them and their principles, so that we may be safe in future generations. And though Nerevar voiced his grave misgivings, he was willing to be ruled by our council under one condition, that we all together should swear a solemn oath upon Azura that the tools would never be used in the profane manner that the Dwemer had intended. We all readily agreed and swore solemn oaths at Nerevar's dictation. So then we went with Nerevar back into Red Mountain and met with Dagoth. Dagoth refused to deliver the tools to us, saying they were dangerous and we could not touch them. Dagoth seemed to be irrational, insisting that only he could be trusted with the tools, and then we guessed that he had somehow been affected by his handling of the tools. But now I feel that he had privately learned the powers of the tools, and had in some confused way decided he must have them for himself. Then Nerevar and our guard resorted to force to secure the tools. Somehow Dagoth and his retainers escaped, but we gained the tools and delivered them to Sothasil for study and safekeeping. For some years we kept the oaths we swore to Azura with Nerevar, but during that time, in secret, Sothasil must have studied the tools and divined their mysteries. And at last he came to us with a vision of a new world of peace with justice and honor for nobles, and health and prosperity for the commoners. With the tribunal as immortal patrons and guides, and dedicating ourselves to this vision of a better world, we made a pilgrimage to Red Mountain, and transformed ourselves with the power of Kagranak's tools. And no sooner than we had completed our rituals and begun to discover our newfound powers, the Daedra Lord Azura appeared and cursed us for our forsworn oaths. By her powers of prophecy, she assured us that her champion, Nerevar, true to his oath, would return to punish us for our perfidy, and to make sure such profane knowledge might never again be used to mock and defy the will of the gods. But Sothasil said to her, "The old gods are cruel and arbitrary, and distant from the hopes and fears of Myr. Your age is past. We are the new gods, born of the flesh, and wise in caring of the needs of our people. Spare us your threats and chiding, inconstant spirit. We are bold and fresh, and will not fear you." And then, in that moment, all Chimer were changed into Dunmer, and our skins turned ashen and our eyes into fire. And of course, we only knew at that time that this had happened to us. But Azura said, "This is not my act, but your act. You have chosen your fate and the fate of your people, and all the Dunmer shall share your fate from now to the end of time. You think yourselves gods, but you are blind, and all is darkness." And Azura left us alone in darkness, and we were all afraid, but we put on brave faces and went forth from Red Mountain to build the new world of our dreams. And the new world we shaped was glorious and generous, and the worship of the Dunmer fervent and grateful. The Dunmer were at first afraid of their new faces, but Sothasil spoke to them, saying that it was not a curse but a blessing, a sign of their changed natures, and sign of the special favor they might enjoy as new Myr. No longer barbarians trembling before ghosts and spirits, but civilized Myr speaking directly to their immortal friends and patrons, the three faces of the tribunal. And we were all inspired by Sothasil's speech and vision and took heart, and over time we crafted the customs and institutions of a just and honorable society. And the land of Resdain knew millennia of peace, equity, and prosperity unknown to other savage races. But beneath Red Mountain, Dagoth had survived. And even as the light of our bold new world shined ever more brightly beneath Red Mountain, the darkness gathered, a darkness that was close kin to the bright light that Sothasil coaxed from the heart of Lorkhan with the tools of Kagranak. As the darkness grew, we fought it, and crafted walls to confine it, but we never could destroy it, for the source of the darkness was the same source as the source of our own divine inspiration. And in these latter days of Morrowind, reduced to a subjugated province of the Western Empire, as the glory of the temple fades and the dark tide rises from Red Mountain, we are reminded of Azura and her promised champion's return. We have waited, blind and in darkness, mere shadows, drained of our ardent vision, in shame of our folly, in fear of our judgment, and in hope of our deliverance. We do not know if the Outlander claiming to fulfill the prophecies of the Nerevarine is our old companion, Nerevar Reborn, or a pawn of the Emperor, or a catspaw of Azura, or some simple twist of fate, but we insist you adhere to temple doctrine, and conform to the strictures dividing the hieroglypha from the apographa, and that you not speak that which must not be spoken openly. Act as a dutiful priest should, in accordance with your vows of obedience to the canons and archcanons, and all will be forgiven. Defy me, and you will know what it is to stand against a god. Okay, looks like my mute hotkey got messed up there. Sorry about that. That was a long essay. Dagoth's plans. From interrogation of captured sleepers and other Sixth House cultists, from study of manuscripts written by cultists and victims of dream-induced mania, from interviews with Lord Vivek concerning historical campaigns against Red Mountain, and from broad conjectures and inferences made upon these materials, this is our best estimate of Dagoth's motivations and objectives in this most recent phase of his war upon Morrowind. Basic objectives. Establish a theocracy in Morrowind based on worship of the newborn god Akulakan, second Numidium, to be created by Dagoth from the heart of Lorkhan, and a body constructed according to the principles and rituals pioneered by the Dwemer Kagranak. Establish the ancient heirs of House Dagoth as the god priests of Akulakan, and the sixth house of Dagoth-Ur as the dominant political power in Morrowind. Through charismatic conversion, unite the Dunmer under the guidance of Dagoth-Ur to battle against the foreign animals who hold Morrowind in subjection. Note, Dagoth-Ur has apparently adopted the views and motivations of the Dwemer High Craftlord Kagranak. In effect, he recapitulates the ancient blasphemous folly of the Dwemer. 2. Expose the false worship of the Tribunal and destroy the ecclesiastical authority and political power of the Temple. How much the distant priests or the cult of the Nerevarine may be controlled or influenced by the Sixth House in this regard is open to speculation. Extirpate all remaining individuals of inferior and mongrel races from Morrowind. Drive the Empire from Morrowind. Recover ancient territories stolen by Skyrim and Argonia. Extend the worship of Akulakan to all nations of Tamriel through subversion and conquest. Plans to establish and expand the Sixth House. Phase 1. Secure Red Mountain against Tribunal invaders. Deny Tribunal access to the Heart, weakening the Temple while securing Red Mountain for the creation of Akulakan. Keep the construction of Second Numidium a secret. Phase 2. Create passive servants in ever-widening circles around Red Mountain by broadcasting compulsions couched in dream imagery to susceptible subjects in their sleep. Establish a major operational base at Kogarun for further operations in the Ash Wastes. Establish smaller bases near small port villages and in lower class waterfront districts in Vivek. Infiltrate and subvert smuggling syndicates. Recruit willing followers from disaffected populations, including the underworld, the poor, and rabid anti-imperial activists. Phase 3. Expand from smaller bases to other towns and villages, and recruit and indoctrinate subjects made susceptible by dream sendings. Occupy abandoned towers and ruins, and train corrupted cultists as raiders and irregular troops. Identify, discredit, and decimate possible sources of political resistance. Phase 4. Use assassination and terror to weaken, distract, and disrupt the legions and the imperial bureaucracy, along with their Hlalu sympathizers. Inspire popular uprisings of the native poor against the foreign rich and powerful. Summon sleepers and dreamers to Dagoth-Ur to work on Second Numidium. Inferring Dagoth-Ur's perspectives. Dagoth-Ur thinks on a large time scale, for the most part in the outside of time scale of the divine consciousness. He thinks that only obstacles of mythic scale are worth consideration. He believes he is fated to rule Morrowind, to free Morrowind of the Empire, and to become the new, hard-loving father of Morrowind. Given that perspective, the only opposing forces Dagoth-Ur worries about are the Tribunal, the Daedra, the Emperor, and the Incarnate. With the Tribunal's loss of Sunder and Keening, and the diminishing resources of Vivek, Amalexia, and Sothasil, Dagoth-Ur believes he has permanently gained a decisive strategic advantage. On a mortal timescale, the battle may last for centuries, but the outcome is not in doubt. And Akulakan may be a device for dramatically reducing the timescale for a decisive victory. The myth of dynamic invincibility of the Emperor and the Empire has long been an unquantifiable and intimidating threat, but recent rumors of unrest in Cyrodiil, of the Emperor's failing health, and the unsettled question of secession have diminished the scale of that threat. Nevertheless, the revelation that the Nerevarine is a pawn of Imperial intelligence, handpicked and sent to Morrowind by the Emperor himself, may cause Dagoth-Ur considerable anxiety. The Daedra represent no coherent obstacle to Dagoth-Ur. Nonetheless, their personal abilities and their influence upon their fanatic followers is considerable. Their motives and actions obscure, and Dagoth-Ur remains concerned about them. The Incarnate represents Saint Nerevar, a mythic force that has previously defeated Dagoth-Ur, and Dagoth-Ur is obsessed with this threat. At the same time, Dagoth-Ur knew Nerevar personally, knew that he was a mortal man with faults and weaknesses. Dagoth-Ur may have some hope of seducing or negotiating with Nerevar's reincarnation. Further, when Nerevar and the Tribunal defeated Dagoth, they were strong and allied. Now the Nerevarine and the Tribunal are weak, opposed, and divided. Therefore, though the Nerevarine and the Tribunal represent the most serious threat to Dagoth's plans, he still has good reason to believe that this time he will prevail. A recent timescale of Dagoth's activities, much of the following timescale is based on inference from incomplete information. Before 2E882, Dagoth and his kin lie dreaming beneath the sills of Red Mountain. 2E882, Dagoth and his ash vampires awake refreshed and emerge from lower Red Mountain into the Heart Chamber. Dagoth ritually binds himself and his brethren as heart lights in a ritual of his own devising. First stages of constructing of Second Numidium, conceived during the long sleep, are begun by heart lights and Atronach constructs in a chamber near the heart of Lorkhan. Keeping the Second Numidium project a secret from the Tribunal is a high priority. 2E882. The Tribunal arrive at Red Mountain for their annual ritual bathing in the Heart's power. Dagoth and Ash Vampires ambush the Tribunal. The Tribunes are driven away and prevented from restoring themselves with Kagranak's tools at the heart of Lorkhan. 2E882 to 3E417. Intermittent Tribunal campaigns assault Red Mountain. The Tribunal and supporting forces seek to force access to the Heart Chamber, but are repeatedly driven back. Dagoth recruits sleepers and dreamers through dream sendings. Cultists are recruited through dream compulsion. Weaker cultists become corpus beasts. Stronger cultists advance through stages towards the powers of the ascended sleepers. 3E400. Kogarun reoccupied by Dagoth Uthul and fortified as an advanced base for 6th House operations. Blight storms more frequent and widespread. Soul sickness spreads in regions close to Red Mountain. 3E410. 6th House bases founded near Narmak and in waterfront areas of Vivek. 6th House operatives exploit smuggler organizations and communications to spread their influence among victims unbalanced by Dagoth's dream sendings. 3E415. Small cells of 6th House cultists in every town in Vardenfell. Large 6th House operations are concealed in remote dungeons where creatures are bred and cultists are trained for the coming struggle. 3E417. Almalexia and Sothasil lose the artifacts Keening and Sunder to Dagoth Odros in Venom. Vivek rescues Almalexia and Sothasil, but failing to recover Keening and Sunder, the Tribunal retreat from Red Mountain in disorder. Surviving buoyant Armiger companions know the Tribunal was forced to retreat, but do not know how serious a reversal the Tribunal has suffered. The three tribunes return to their respective capitals and continue to perform their ritual functions. The tribunes continue to grow weaker without access to the heart, and because of resources required to support the ghost fence. The inner circle of the temple priesthood has begun to suspect that the tribunes have suffered seriously from wounds and demoralization in the wake of reverses at Red Mountain, but do not recognize the scale of the problem. 3E, 426 to 27. Campaign of 6th House assassinations of prominent Imperial citizens and Hlalu Imperial sympathizers. Sudden increase in number and seriousness of attacks by cultists and victims deranged by soul sickness. Noted with concern. Dagoth can apparently perceive and communicate directly through his cultists. Sleepers and dreamers are often reported speaking as though with Dagoth's voice and intention. Little is known about the features, scale, or stage of completion of Akulakhan, Second Numidium. No one has gained entrance to the Heart Chamber since 2E282. In 3E417, Keening and Sunder were captured, and may substantially aid in Akulakhan's construction. And our last note here, Nerevar at Red Mountain. Okay, this is a pretty long note, so I'll go ahead and actually read this one. The following is from the Apocrypha, the hidden writings of the Tribunal Temple. It is a scholarly retelling of a tradition transmitted through the Ashlanders concerning the battle at Red Mountain and subsequent events. The Ashlanders associate this tale with the telling of Alandro Sul, a shield companion of Nerevar who came to live among the Ashlanders after the death of the Nerevar and during the ascension of the Tribunal. There are many variant treatments of this story, but the primary elements are consistent throughout the tradition. The murder of Nerevar, the tragic fate of Dagoth, and the profane source of the Tribunal's power are denied by Temple doctrine as ignorant Ashlander superstition, and not widely known among civilized Dunmer. Resdine, present-day Morrowind, was contested ground between two very different types of Mer. The Chimer, who worshipped the Daedra, and the Dwemer, who worshipped a profane and secret power. These two people warred with each other constantly until their lands were invaded by a young, vibrant, and violent alien culture, the Nords. Two heroes, one from the Chimer, one from the Dwemer, Induril Nerevar and Dumak Dwarfork, made peace between their people and together ousted the alien invaders. Then these two heroes worked long and hard to maintain that peace thereafter, though their counselors thought it could not last, or worse, that it shouldn't. Nerevar's queen and his generals, Almalexia, Sothasil, Vivek, told him to claim all Resdane for his own, but Nerevar would not listen, for he remembered his friendship with Dumak. There would be only peace. Until Dagoth arrived. House Dagoth had discovered the source of the profane and secret power of the Dwemer, the legendary heart of Lorkhan, which Dumak's people had used to make themselves immortal and beyond the measure of gods. In fact, one of their high priests, Kagranak, was building a new god so that the Dwemer could claim Resdane for their own. The Tribunal urged Nerevar again to make war on the dwarves. Nerevar was troubled. He went to Dumak, his friend of old, and asked if what Dagoth had said was true. Kagranak and the high priests of the Dwemer had kept their new god's secret from the king, and Dumak said the Dwemer were innocent of any wrongdoing. Nerevar was troubled again and made a pilgrimage to Holamayan, the sacred temple of Azura, who confirmed that all that Dagoth had said was indeed true, and the new god of the Dwemer should be destroyed for the safety of not only Resdane, but for the whole world. When Nerevar went back and told his tribunal what the goddess had said, his queen and generals felt themselves proved right and again counseled him to war. There were reasons that the Dwemer and the Chimer hated each other forever. Finally, Nerevar, angered that his friend Dumak would lie to him, went back to Vardenfall. This time, the Chimer king was arrayed in arms and armor, and had his hosts surround him, and he spoke harshly to Dumak Dwarfork, king of Red Mountain. You must give up your worship of the heart of Lorkhan, or I shall forget our friendship and the deeds that were accomplished in its name. And Dumak, who still knew nothing of Kagranak's new god, but proud and protective as ever of his people, said, "We shall not relinquish that which has been our way for years, beyond reckoning. Just as the Chimer will not relinquish their ties to the lords and ladies of Oblivion. And to come at my door in this way, arrayed in arms and armor, and with your hosts around you, tells me you have already forgotten our friendship. Stand down, my sweet Nerevar, or I swear by the 15 and 1 golden tones, I shall kill you and all of your people." And so the Chimer and the Dwemer went to war. The Dwemer were well defended in their fortresses at Red Mountain, but the bravery and cleverness of Nerevar's queen and generals drew most of Dumak's armies out into the field and kept them there, so that Nerevar and Dagoth could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means. There, Nerevar met Dumak and the Dwarf King, and they both fell from grievous wounds. Dumak was the Dwarf King, I thought? Well, moving on. Dagoth slew Kagranak and took the tools the Dwemer used to tap the power of the heart. He went to his dying lord Nerevar and asked him what to do with these tools. And Nerevar summoned Azur again, and she showed them how to use the tools to separate the power of the heart from the Dwemer people. And on the fields, the Tribunal and their armies watched as the Dwemer turned into dust all around them, as their stolen immortality was taken away. Back in Red Mountain, Nerevar told Dagoth to protect the tools and the heart chamber until he returned. Dagoth said, "But shouldn't we destroy these tools at once, so that they might never be used for evil again?" But Nerevar was confused by his wounds and his sorrow, for he still loved Dumak and the Dwemer people, and so went to the fields outside Red Mountain to confer with his queen and his generals, who had foreseen that this war would come, and whose counsel he would not ignore again. "I will ask the tribunal what I shall do with them, for they have had wisdom in the past, that I had not. Stay here, loyal Dagoth, until I return." Then Nerevar told his queen and generals all that had transpired under Red Mountain, and how the Dwemer had used special tools to turn their people into immortals, and of the wondrous power of the heart of Lorkhan. The tribunal decided that the Chimer should learn how to use this power so that Nerevar might claim Resdain and the world for their people. Nerevar did not expect or want this, so he asked his queen and his generals to help him summon Azura yet again for her guidance. But the tribunal had become greedy as Kagranak upon hearing of the power of the heart, and they coveted it. They made ritual as if to summon Azura, and Nerevar. They made ritual as if to summon Azura, as Nerevar wanted, but Almalexia used poisoned candles, and Sothasil used poisoned robes, and Vivek used poisoned invocations. Nerevar was murdered. Then Azura came forth anyway, and cursed the tribunal for their foul deeds. She told them that she would use her powers over dusk and dawn to make sure Nerevar would come back and make things right again. But the tribunal laughed at her and said that soon they would be gods themselves, and that the Chimer people would forget their old ways of worship. And Azura knew that this would be true, and that it would take a long time before her power might bring Nerevar back. "What you have done here today is foul beyond measure, and you will grow to regret it, for the lives of gods are not what mortals think, and matters that weigh only years to mortals weigh on gods forever. And so that they might know forever their wicked deeds, Azura changed the Chimer into the Dunmer, and their skin turned to ashen and their eyes into fire. Let this mark remind you of your true selves, who, like ghouls, fed on the nobility, heroism, and trust of their king." And then the tribunal went into Red Mountain and met with Dagoth. Dagoth saw what had been done, for his skin had changed as well, and he tried to avenge the death of Nerevar, but to no avail. He was driven off and thought dead. The tribunal found the tools that he had been guarding, and through study of Kagranak's methods, turned themselves into gods. Thousands of years after their apotheosis, the tribunal are still the gods of Morrowind, and the old ways of worship are remembered only by a few. And the murder of Nerevar is known to fewer, but his queen and generals still fear his return, for the words of Azura linger long, and they see the mark upon her, and they see the mark of her curse on their people every day. That's some pretty heavy lore right there. So I'm curious about something. What the? Alright, so Vivek has gray skin on one side, gold skin on the other, and his eyes don't look like dark elves. So I'm wondering, is Vivek's right half what the Dunmer used to look like when they were still Chimer? I don't know. Makes sense to me. Alright, so we need to head to the Ghost Fence, and
Outlander. What?
I really don't know how to get there. I know it's kind of Oh, there it is. Okay, so it looks like just kind of east and a little bit south of Buckmoth. Oh man, my throat's actually pretty tired after reading all that.
Where's that slave?
Here not long ago. Let's see. I hope the Strider goes to Aldrin. Of course it doesn't.
We make a special trip just
Okay, well let's go to the Mages Guild then. I don't think Aldrin has a coast.
quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Ode, Ebonheart. Moagmar, isn't that also pretty close to the Ghost Gate? Oh no, that's the thing over here. Yeah, that's complete wrong direction. Okay, let's just go to the Mages Guild. Is this foreign quarter? I think it is.
What words do you have for me, citizen?
Yes, this is the foreign quarter. Just need to find the plaza.
Outlander, what do you want?
Go ahead.
Man, I'm kind of nervous. I've never been even close to this far in the game, and I don't think I've ever gone through the Ghost Gate before. There are a few quests that will send you through it. Let's use Divine Intervention here. There are a few quests that'll send you through it. I know there's a temple quest where you have to pray at a little shrine that's just inside. And I know that there's that Telvanni quest where you're looking for the bow that smells like ashiams. Is this the right road? I don't think it is. I think this is gonna dead end. Well, there's the fence. I could just levitate over it, but I want to go in through the gate. Wow, look at that. I better heal up. Hello? Anybody here? Oh, we got an actual temple. Fire spells, spellmaking. Actually, do I need any health potions? No, it looks like I've got enough potions. Yeah, we're good.
Outlander, what do you want? We're not long ago.
Magic arrows. Yeah, you can't make those yourself, so pretty good vendor to have
Outlander,
around.
what do you want?
What words do you have for me, citizen?
Lock level 100? Oh, that has me so curious. Swear, if this is just like a closet or something. Yeah, excuse me. Coordinator. Some junk.
No weakness or fault.
Alright, so there's some valuable stuff in here, just doesn't seem to be anything all that interesting. Yeah, snore. I thought there was gonna be something really cool behind that door.
Outlander, what do you want? Outlander, what do you want?
What's this? Hey, light armor skill.
Outlander, what do you want?
Alright, everybody ready? Okay, it's open now. That guy really took his time dying, didn't he? Man, this place is scary. It's pretty much as scary as the It's pretty much as scary as Oblivion in, well, Oblivion. Doesn't seem to be anything all that special in here, does there? Well, I don't know what I was expecting. Raw glass. That's at least worth something. Wait, that's considered owned? By who? Dagoth ore? Alright, let's get some light. What? Oh, hi there.
Where's that slave? Here not long ago. Where's that
Wait, what are all these?
Where's that slave?
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
You're in a raw glass mine and the raw glass belongs to the Emperor. So don't touch the raw glass or the guards will kill it. Huh. Okay, I won't touch the raw glass. And, I won't kill the dogs that are guarding the mine. So if the Empire can hold a glass mine on Red Mountain, why can't the Tribunal do anything here? Wait, does he have Spell Reflect or not? Yeah, I'm really not sure if he was reflecting spells back at me. Or reflecting spell damage back at me. Well, there's something. Indusol, Kagranak's study. Looking for Odrosol and Viminol. Alright. So I guess I don't need to be in there yet. I like how we've got this really cheerful, upbeat music just in the heart of this absolute wasteland. You Dater worshipper. Yeah, I know what that means as characters in combat. Ooh, nope. That's not... This is not the place I'm looking for. Ah, it's... Looks pretty cool, though. I do want to check it out. Alright, better heal up a bit. Get my resistance up. Good, just regular people. Go with the Sanguine safe key.
You will die!
Now, I'm not sure, is that glove part of the Morg Tong quest line? Or is that just belts? You can attack? Every now and then, you'll find a person in one of these Daedra shrines that like you're supposed to rescue or something. Lock level 51. That's such an annoying that's such an annoying amount. What do we have in here? Ooh, bound mace. Origin of the Mages Guild. Okay, so this is pretty generic Daedric Shrine loot. Fortifying Endurance, First Barrier. I don't know, I guess I'll take that stuff. Yeah, those offerings aren't good enough to be worth fighting a what's it called, a Dremora over. This is one of the cooler Daedra shrines I've explored, though. Cannot rest enemies nearby. What about in here? Yeah, I guess we'll kill you too then. Uh-oh. Damn it. I hate the damage reflection. Alright, I'm gonna take the Dremora out first. fact that I let that thing get the jump on me was the problem last... Holy hell! Did he hit me with a spell? Alright, are my resist... That sound is so annoying. I think my resistances ran out. Okay, well there's one down. Alright, let's get back to finding these bases. Yeah, I'm trying to take a totally fresh ring each time, just to maximize the number of them that are actively recharging. I thought that I saw a door. I guess not. What are you? Ash Slave. Oh, the fortresses are marked on my map. If they weren't marked before, they're marked now. So it's actually over this way? Well, here we are. Whoop. Yeah, these guys are both reflecting magic damage. Sorry, buddy, but you're annoying. I'm just gonna go inside. I think the Ash Slaves don't have it naturally. I think they need to stop and cast it. Drain personality. Why is my agility so bad? Restore personality, restore will. Uh-oh. Restore strength. You know, I'm here to beat the game. I don't really need money anymore. I could just leave all this stuff. I guess what I could do is just try to consolidate loot into like a chest somewhere. I can't believe you just let me close the door like that. Yeah, the Dwemer coin is tiny, so I'll go ahead and take it. Whole bunch of Dwemer junk in here that I don't really want. Ooh, Grandmaster's Limbic. Parchment with scrawlings. All cries are waking, whitest of all white, blackest of all blacks. Shame and sun, sun and shadow. Stronger than gods, brighter than mortals. Only he is awake, only he is alive. He knows the names and the naming. He knows the wait and the waiting. He enters into every star and moon. He shines through their shadows. One step, one spelling, one wraith, one casting. From darkness he is armed, from light he is warded. He is all things, Drake, Lich, Theoman. On rivers of fire he comes forth. Through storms of dreams he rides. With slivers of steel he pierces the heart. All spells, powers, curses broken. All chains are shattered. The scales fall away. I see you with my eye. And all is silence. I wake. Remember. Lord. Yeah, I'm actually gonna just toss some of the loot I've already collected into this chest. I don't want to deal with... Ooh, ash statue. I don't want to deal with getting overburdened and... Whoop. I don't want to deal with getting overburdened and having to make item selling runs. You know, I was thinking earlier today, it would be kind of cool if you could collect all of the souls of the named, whatever those things are. You know, the Dagoth, this and that dudes. Not doing it on this save file. That would take an awful lot of Grand Soul gems. I'm not sure there's enough that exist in the game. Something's after me. You know, the Khajiit night vision racial seems pretty good right now, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, I need to get my agility restored after I finish this dungeon. Because, despite all of my strength and blunt weapon skill, I just can't do anything. Blood feed shield. Absorb health on touch. That's a pretty good shield, isn't it? Hey buddy, where are you going? You fake old Dagoth, who are you? Dagoth Venom? We got Sunder! Amulet of Heart Heal. Fortify Strength, Fortify Hand to Hand. Shield, hang on. Levitate. Ah, that is so good. Actually, Amulet of Flesh Made Whole. Oh, this restores agility. Seven. It's still damaged. Alright, I'm cured. Wish I'd done that earlier so it could start recharging. So yeah, those two charges took 160 points. I only get one more use out of this. So southeast. Uh-oh. Something's still after me? Well, it's gonna have to catch me. Kogaroon Charma's Breath. Oh wait, is this the... This is that big 6th house dungeon that I had to clear out earlier in the game. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't need to be here anymore. Yeah, something was just instantly familiar about that place. Where's my ouch stick? Oh wow, it's fully charged. Yeah, I need to use this up. We really need to find a place to rest, don't we? It's like I have a lot of charges on my, you know, damaging equipment, but they are starting. They are running lower and lower. Oof. Is that? Oh, that's one of those Daedras. Ah, yeah, I hate these things. Daedroth. Yeah, they are such glass cannons. Because I remember in the past when I've allowed, you know, like a summon or something to absorb their blasts and run them out of magicka, they're basically defenseless. Dagoth Ur. Alright, so we need to go past this place, and that might actually be enough of a fall to kill me, so we're gonna levitate. Yeah, I'm going to assume that the game is not lying to me, and that he actually is here. Oh. Is that Dunok? don't suppose... Nope. I didn't bring any soul gems for this guy. Now we need to play the game of find the damage ring that's full, or almost full. Levitate. Yeah, I'm out of armor. I think I need to just turn on the resist buffs and go for the face. Is that the beetle? Where's the door? Okay, there's the door. Knock, knock. Pin door. Alright, bunch of weapons. I'm gonna take these potions. Grab the gems, why not? Dead Dreamer. Hello? Anybody home? Be the guy I'm here to kill. Alright, and turn on the resist buffs. Or I take on this Atronach. We have here Amulet of Hearthfire Ooh. That's nice. Another dead dreamer. What are you? Golden Saint. Alright, let's land our soul trap before we do anything else. Heal our Dagoth a little bit. Ow. I accidentally hit the Gold Saint. Wait, did she just close a door? I didn't think they did that. Gotcha. I don't know why I keep picking up this corpus meat. Alright, well, this way is a dead end, so I want to, explore where that flame Antronach was. Ooh, armor hammer. Some dwarven weapons. Arrows and stuff. Well, something is angry. I'm curious about the tower. Keening. I shouldn't be loading down my inventory with all these. I mean, I guess I can. But they're not worth anything. Alright. So what exactly do I do with these? This drains my fatigue. Ooh. That's good. What am I looking for? Is it Wraithguard? Is that the thing I'm supposed to wear? I think that it is. Mr. Recover Sunder, Mr. Recover Keening, and Wraithguard. Okay. Well, this is my first time doing this part, but I'm sure it's... Whoop. I actually want to rest. Now, is that gonna... Okay, it didn't wait for all my rings to finish recharging. They're all recharged. They're recharged enough, though. Alright, you ready? It's the final attack. Final dungeon, here we go. What's this? Oh. That's my negative effect that's always there. Alright, where's a door? I know that could be a door, but I don't see a switch anywhere to open it up. Just keep looking around. Well, looks like that's it. It's impossible to continue. There's no way to open the door. Nope. That's not a button. And so I'm trying to figure out if I was coming from the road, where could the switch be? You know, because this is a Dwemer ruin, not a Telvanni tower. It should be possible to enter without having levitation. Come on, dude. I didn't want to fight you. Maybe I have to mess with a statue or something? Is there a back door that I should be looking for? Was that the back door that I found? Come on. I know I'm not gonna have to look up the way to get through the door to the last dungeon. Right? Wait. There it is. Oh, let me in, Todd.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and a Kulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have needed it. Come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
Okay, so the enemies do still attack me. It's because I'm going the wrong way or something? Let's look at the map.
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you. Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Inner tower. Is that the right place? I like the inner part, but not the tower part. There we go. Oh, I just noticed there's a little hole you can peep through. That's so cool. Do I want a bound longbow? I don't think
Come.
so.
Bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together let us free the cursed false gods.
Well, I'm trying, Dagoth, but your boys ain't making it easy. These all prison cells? Nope.
Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind.
Don't I have a really good turn undead item that I can finally use? Yeah. Get turned. It's not working.
Is this how you honor the Sixth House and the tribe unmourned? Come to me openly, and not by stealth.
Look, I don't know what you're seeing here, buddy, but Mortify health, fire shield, resist fire, resist magicka. Yeah, I'm not using any stealth here, buddy. Here. You took the one statue, why don't you have a couple more?
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
It began here, it will end here. Have you any parting words? Or would you prefer to skip the speeches and get to our business? You are the challenger here, after all, so to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. You are the challenger here, after all, so to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. I'm waiting. Parting words. Now that you have come to me here, there can be but one result. Many times I have considered offering to share this place with you. I considered offering to accept your oath of service. You might try to buy my trust by giving me Wraithguard, Keening, and Sunder. I thought we might once again be friends. Comrades, brothers in arms. But I've won this place and power by right of conquest, by right of daring and enterprise. I will not risk it to cunning and deceit. I offer you no deals. If you are my enemy, I cannot trust you. And even if you are not my enemy, I cannot let you live. It will all be decided here. I believe I will prevail, but I cannot be sure. And I am vain enough that, should I fall, I would wish to be remembered in my own words. So, if you have final questions you would ask them now. I have final questions I would ask you, if you would answer. My first question is, are you really the Nerevar Reborn? By the grace of gods and fate, I am Nerevar Reborn. That is bitter. The gods and fates are cruel. I served you faithfully once, Lord Nerevar, and you repaid me with death. I hope this time it will be you who pays for your faithlessness. My second question is, if you win, what do you plan to do with the power from the heart? Will you make yourself a god and establish a thearchy? Or will you complete Akulakun and dispute control of Tamriel with the Septums? Or will you share the heart with your followers as I have, and breed a new race of divine immortals? I like how destroy it or seal it away is just not even an option. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that this thing is not to be trifled with. I guess share the heart implies siding with the tribunal. I'm gonna say I have my own secret plan for the heart. Well, perhaps there may be surprises in store for me yet. Or perhaps you obscure your plans on principle. Or perhaps you are an instinctive bluffer. No matter. My final question is, if I had offered to let you join me, would you have surrendered Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to me to seal your oath? No, I would never surrender the tools. An interesting response. You might have been willing to join me, but never to surrender the tools. Very interesting. I'm glad I didn't try to bargain with you. And now if you have any questions, ask them. Otherwise, you are the challenger. I await your first blow. What are your questions? Well, I already know what his... I might as well get it from the man himself. What are your plans for the heart? I will continue to draw the divine power from the heart and distribute it to my kin and followers. I will continue to broadcast divine power upon the Blight Winds, so that it will touch each soul on Vardenfell, and then more broadly across the waters to the rest of Morrowind and Tamriel. In time, every mortal in Tamriel shall feel the liberating contact with the divine. What is your plan for the 6th house? The 6th house will serve as the elite cadre of our movement. As cultists evolve through various stages of enlightenment, they will become, as suits their abilities, either holy warriors or priests. Their duty is to prepare themselves for service. Their joy in liberation is to enter ever more deeply into the profound enlightenment of the divine dream world. What is your plan for the Dunmer? I will free the Dunmer from the imperial yoke and cast down the false gods of the temple. I will lead them out of their ancient superstitions and gift them with intimate knowledge of the divine. Then perhaps when Morrowind is once again restored to its ancient glories, it will be the time to consider whether the Dunmer should cultivate ambitions of empire. How do you justify your crimes? If by my crimes you mean the inevitable suffering and destruction caused by war, then I accept the burden of leadership. The 6th house cannot be restored without war. Enlightenment cannot grow without the risk of upsetting the tradition-bound and complacent herd. As the mongrel armies of the Empire cannot be expelled from Morrowind without bloodshed. I have charity and compassion, I grieve, but our mission is just and noble. What happened to the Dwemer? I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. I've been denied the opportunity to study Wraithguard, and I am not sure how much of Kagranak's lore was invested in his tools, and how much of his own sorcery and mastery. I've long studied Kagranak, and have come to admire his wisdom and craft. Someday, after the campaigns of the 6th house are secure, I hope to have time to dedicate to this mystery. Why are you building a Kulakan? A Kulakan will serve 3 purposes. First, it will be the champion of my armies, liberating first Vardenfall, then Morrowind, and then perhaps the rest of Tamriel. Second, it will serve as a sower and cultivator of the divine substances derived from the heart. 3, it will serve as the prominent banner and symbol of our cause, to defy the Empire, to liberate mortals from ancient superstitions, and to glorify our crusade against the gods. I've finished talking. Defend yourself. Very well. If you are impatient to begin, go ahead. You are the challenger. To you goes the first blow. Whoop. Excuse me. I thought... I thought I was gonna get the first blow. Ouch! Alright, let's get some of these buffs up. Oh god. Okay, well, let's start with our summons. And maybe that'll keep him busy momentarily. Arion's helper. Alright, now let's get some buffs going. Embroidered belts. Yeah, sure. First barrier, Frost Eater. He seems to be using fire. Alright, I'm starting to feel pretty secure here. Oh right, I can summon a Golden Saint.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Yep, all those data are gonna keep him busy for a while. Whoa. Oh man, whatever hit me, that just really hit me. So he's building a god out of rocks? Peril... Where's Wraithguard? Not working. Guess I need to use Sunder. And definitely a healing potion. this form of Dagoth basically just got stomped by all my summons.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Guard. Oh, I thought you were supposed to just pound on the heart.
What a fool. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Keep dropping Summon Daedra all the way over. Well, I don't see anything that I can interact with. Was I supposed to do something over here? Wraithguard. Don't see Dagoth anywhere. Oh, there he is, there he is. Am I supposed to attack Dagoth with the Sunder and Wraithguard? Am I just blatantly too weak for this battle? Put on Wraithguard, Keening. I also want a quick save again.
What a fool. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Oh wow, I actually survived getting knocked down for once. Alright, let's see what Sunder does. Well, it was working for a second there. Alright, so I think he's gonna teleport directly to me as soon as I get close enough to smack this thing. Yep. Okay. Alright, come on fellas. Help me out. No, don't attack the heart. You guys definitely can't damage it. Dumb Daedras. Alright, Arion's helper. Arion's helper. You kidding me? Alright, let's just zip past him.
How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
I don't know. There's obviously something that I'm doing wrong here, and I can't figure out what it is. up a ring. There's apparently a ring I'm supposed to pick up in here. Dagoth ore drop it? Let me get some light. Oh, there it is. Heart ring. Well, that's a really good ring. Where's Wraithguard? Do I already have it on? Yes.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Alright, keening.
What are you doing? This is the end. The bitter end.
Did I do it? Yes, I'll load it.
What a fool. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
asunder. What? Am I just dumb?
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Just gonna poop out all my summons. Why the hell did... Okay, I have Wraithguard on. I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out on your own.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive?
Oh, this is so
escape.
dumb.
No recall or intervention can work in this place.
Shut up, Dagoth.
Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Now, I figured out it's the dumbest thing. Ariane's helper is a glove. Wraithguard is a glove. That is so dumb. That's why I kept dying for no reason. Alright, so if I equip some other random thing, then I should be good to use the helper. Come on. And keening.
Stop! This is the end. The bitter, bitter end.
We did it! Alright, this is it. Now we just need to... leave and watch our closing cutscene. And we win.
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Oh, it's so nice. I can see perfectly. Alright, so that's Morrowind. Main quest done. And House Telvanni done. There's still dozens, probably hundreds of quests that I haven't done on this playthrough, but this is what victory is. I'd like to revisit this place and do the Tribunal DLC, do the Blood Moon DLC. I'd like to finish up, if nothing else, the Mages Guild on this character. But that is our playthrough. Let's head home one last time. Excuse me, do you know who I am? Alright, let's head back up. Let's head up to Aldrune. And, then I'll take a strider back to Balmora. And that's gonna be it. Home sweet home. Alright, so now that my mic is back on, yeah, I switched to YouTube for a while for my live streams because, I don't know, it was slow growing on Twitch, and I just wanted to try out the other platform, see if it was any good. And, you know, it's about a month later, I've just kind of come to the conclusion that Twitch was better, so I brought the live streams back here. This is actually the first night that I've been using this Streamlabs theme that I've got installed. I made a lot of changes. For the most part, I think it's improvements, but there are still some things that I need to get. There are still some things that I need to get straightened out, like the fact that I apparently can't talk on the Ending Soon stream. Dude, well, for my experience, it wasn't even trolls. It was just no one. My chat for basically a month straight was just tumbleweeds and adult website advertising. Yeah, if it wasn't for the porn bots, then I just wouldn't have had anyone. So yeah, I came back here because the difference between 0 viewers and 1 viewers is huge. With 1 viewer, you can actually have a conversation with somebody, and you can speak organically, instead of just narrating the gameplay the entire time. I don't mind narrating the gameplay, but conversation definitely beats that. But yeah, I'm not fully abandoning the YouTube channel. I'm gonna put video on demands there. Like after this stream, I'm going to, it's one button to upload it to a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna try to upload a few clips there. Yeah, I know it's possible to stream to both at the same time. I'd have to buy the premium version of Streamlabs at the very least, and there's probably some higher stress on your internet connection. My upload speed is it's kind of just barely enough to stream because, I don't know, I guess my ISP is just cheap. Amazing download speed, but the reason I stream in 720, it's not because of my computer. My computer could do 1080. It's the upload speed that's the bottleneck. Yeah, I think that my computer probably could handle, rendering and uploading to two websites at the same time. Uh, Maybe not, but the thing that I know for sure is my upload speed isn't good enough to, to double up like that. Unless there was some way to, like, stream to one of them and have that site, like, live bounce it to the other site, and but yeah, this is the way that I was originally doing it, where I would go live on Twitch, and the on-demand plus any clips that I decided to clip would go to YouTube. Oh, that's an idea. Well, but in the month that I was on YouTube, nobody came in to watch live, so even if it is, even if it is not that difficult and not that expensive, I just kind of wonder if it's even worth the hassle. Because if the YouTube viewers are only interested in the on-demand, then, why go out of my way to broadcast live there? Oh, uploading the stream is like, that's just one click. That's not that's no work at all. Um, Editing clips is a little bit of work, but there's no getting around that. I'm not famous enough to where other people are gonna clip my streams. But yeah, this was the original setup that I had, where I would go live on Twitch, and then YouTube would get the other stuff. And I'm basically just going back to the way that I had it on day one. I guess I had the right idea at the time. With Twitch, it's pretty easy. You just need to know when it happened. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be done with Morrowind for a while, and then let's see. Let me look at my stream schedule. I'll just tell you what I'm doing for the rest of this week. Wednesday, it's gonna be Wingspan. Um, Raven Rock. Is Raven Rock one of the strongholds? I don't remember the name of the stronghold that I built, but it was whatever the Telvanni one is. I think it was Saint something or other. Yeah, the schedule for this week is Wingspan on Wednesday, which is a like Euro style card game. Thursday's Darkest Dungeon. Dragonborn. Oh, Solstheim? I haven't been to Solstheim. That's not quite true. I've been to Solstheim, but I didn't do any quests there. No one in Solstheim would talk to me. They just said, "You shouldn't be here." I guess there's like a minimum level before they'll even let you do stuff. But yeah, I did visit the village because I was trying to get the fortify skill spell. And there's one NPC that has it in Solstheim and one that has it in Mournhold. Oh, you need to do the Imperial Cult or the Imperial Legion? Okay, yeah, this character's a caster, so the Legion is one of the few factions that I never joined because I don't know, it didn't seem to be thematic, but yeah, if you have to join the Legion to do Blood Moon, then whenever I revisit this file and do the DLC, I'll go ahead and join the Legion. But yeah, from yeah, I can't say when, but I will come back to Morrowind for the expansions and the Mages Guild. I never finished the Mages Guild. Yeah, starting next week, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna pick up next week, but I think what I want to do for this channel is kind of lean a bit more heavily into retro games because I feel like I've just kind of been playing whatever I felt like, and the channel should probably be a little more focused than that. Yeah, I was looking at my Steam library, and I own, depending on how generous you are with the term retro, I own about 10 to 12 like actual retro games, and I may cast a little bit of broader net and just say retro style. So like modern games that have retro style graphics. But one thing I was thinking about playing next week that would be super hipstery, but like the actual like old guys like me would get a kick out of it. I own Chex Quest on Steam. Are you old enough to where you're like me and you played Chex Quest as a kid from the cereal box? Yeah, because that's what it actually was, just a cheesy little Doom style shooter. Yeah, to market the cereal. But yeah, I've got that. That's good for like one, maybe two. Yeah, I don't have my physical disc. I could maybe find it at my mom's house. I doubt it though, but I do have the remake from Steam. That's what I was gonna play. What else do I have on here? Some of my bullet hells are pretty old, but I don't know. Bullet hell is just kind of its own thing. Retro. Let's see. I've got all the Fear games, and I think the original Fear is old enough it could be considered retro. I've got all the Serious Sam games. Some of those could be considered retro. What else we got in here? Oh, Thief Deadly Shadows. That's a good one. I've got the old Unreal Tournament games. Yeah, I don't know if arena shooters are good for streaming though. I feel like you kind of have to concentrate on them like just like every second of every single life. Jade Empire. Super old. KOTOR. No, just KOTOR 2. No, KOTOR 2 is still good. Vampire the Masquerade. All the Sam & Max stuff. Season 1 of Sam & Max is definitely old enough to be retro. Sid Meier's Pirates. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in here that's retro. See, I'd like to do some Mega Man games, but I don't own any right now. I guess I could put them on a wish list and see if they'll go on sale. I couldn't find the Mega Man X games on Steam, though. I could only find the NES games and the Zero games. Okay, why did it come up on my internet search but it wouldn't come up when I searched for it on the Steam app the other day? That doesn't make sense. I guess I can just buy it on Steam then. Man, there are so many Mega Man games. DOS version. Would that mean by DOS version do you mean the version that's on Steam? Yeah, what else is in this library? Oh, I got the Dreamcast collection. So I've got Crazy Taxi, Mega Bass Fishing, Space Channel 5, Sonic Adventure DX, Rise of the Triad. I got so many old games that I've got System Shock 1 and 2. Yeah, unless I have a really good reason uh, not to, I usually just get all my stuff on Steam so that's in one place. Really, it's banned in some countries. What's in it that got it banned? Is it just did they just ban this specific game because it was violent or something? Man, Germany just bans all the games. The fact that all these places keep banning it just makes me want to play it more. Oh yeah, no place is gonna ban as much as China. Yeah, and I knew Australia was pretty bad, too. Well, maybe that means I ought to just get it done now, since I'm tiny and I don't have German and Australian viewers to lose. Oh no. But Rot isn't banned anymore, right? So I'd lose you for Wolfenstein, but not Rot. And Wolfenstein is yeah, I played Wolfenstein back in the day, but I don't own a copy of it today. So I'd kind of be inclined to go through retro stuff that I already do own. Okay, so you say you're in Germany. So I guess you're watching this in the morning, is that right? Probably like 8 a.m.? Or am I just completely off on my time zones? Yeah, we are very different people. Unless I absolutely have to, I'm just not going to be up before 10 a.m. And then on the days where I absolutely have to wake up in the morning, i.e. like work or something, I am up as late as possible to where I can still get where I'm going. Yeah, I sometimes get, I'll sometimes wake up briefly, like momentarily, around the time that my alarm would be going off. But, if the alarm isn't going off, it's like, oh, I can go back to sleep. But yeah, I have pretty bad insomnia. Uh, Going to bed early doesn't even help, at least not necessarily. Uh, I might, I might go to bed at, let's say, 12 a.m., still be awake around 2 a.m. because my brain won't just shut the hell up and go to sleep. Yeah, around like 12 to 2 a.m. on Sunday nights is my brain's favorite time to have panic attacks. It's the worst. I don't know. I've tried just about everything, short of prescription medication, which I'm pretty hesitant to take prescription sleep meds because my understanding is that they can be pretty addictive. But yeah, I've done I've done dairy. I've done the little sunset program that makes your computer stop, turns off the blue light from your computer monitor. I've done late night reading. I've done stuff like teas like chamomile, um, taking melatonin, taking L-theanine. Um, what else have I tried over the years? Uh, Different exercise schedules, which theanine and exercise will sometimes make a difference. Do you know what's in the teas? Because like I said, I've consumed a lot of herbal teas that are supposed to help with sleep. Like I know chamomile off the top of my head, but I know I've also taken some different herbs, and I'd probably recognize some of them if I saw them. Trying to think. Jasmine. All right, let's see what Brave's search engine has to say about it. German sleep tea. Is it peppermint? I'm seeing a lot of results for peppermint and chamomile. Taiwanese sleep tea. Oolong? As oolong is one of the few that I haven't tried, but I thought oolong was actual tea, which would have caffeine. Maybe I was wrong about that. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the sleep tea isn't oolong because I'm reading more, and oolong does come from a... Oolong is, like, actual tea, which would mean it has caffeine. Actually, there is a new supplement that I'm trying, but I don't know if it, I don't know if it affects sleep or not. It's called ashwagandha root. Doesn't say anything about sleep on the bottle. Promotes stress reduction and mood enhancer, though, so could help with the type of insomnia that I deal with. Oh, it's dried blossoms. Dried blossoms that make you sleepy. Yeah, I know jasmine is a flower that helps us, that supposedly helps with sleep. You can get jasmine anywhere, though. The only other one that I'm familiar with is opium poppy, and I'm pretty sure that's not what they were sending you. Oh, it is poppy. Yeah, we can also get poppy seeds in the United States. Um, you know, the concentration of the compounds is so low, you would just need to eat a cartoonish quantity of them to, you know, to do anything to yourself. But yeah, I don't want to touch anything that's, you know, related to opium for sleep because I've taken opiates following some back injuries, and you know, it knocks me unconscious. Like I'm not, it's not even sleep. It's not restorative at all. I remember there was one time, you know, I had taken one of my pain pills for my back. Um, I drove home. Thankfully, I live really close to the office, so I made it there. And I opened my car door, put my you know my first foot out of the car, and fell asleep. I woke up like 20 minutes later, maybe 20. Realized that I'd fallen asleep in the car, and then fell asleep again, still, you know, sitting in the car with the door open. Woke up a second time, and that's when I managed to get inside. Like, I never want to take that crap again. Yeah, like I said, it would just knock me unconscious, and like I would just be in and out of consciousness all day when I was on those opiate painkillers. Like if I have another injury that's ever serious enough, you know, for medication, I'm gonna try everything that's not an opiate first, before I go back and take those things again. You know, waking up, thankfully, is not a huge problem for me. It happens sometimes, but it's pretty rare for me to wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to go back to sleep. Yeah, I just wish I could take some of the sleepiness that I have in the morning and feel it at night. So that I could, actually get to sleep at a reasonable hour. Alright, and yeah, speaking of sleep, it's 12 a.m. here, so I should probably go ahead and wrap the stream up. But it was good having you stop by and chat again. And I should have the last kinks worked out of this Streamlabs setup by next time. If you ever want to see what I'm going to be streaming, I keep the schedule on Twitch up to date, and I also announce it on my YouTube and my Twitter. Yeah, I know that OBS Classic is more powerful, but Streamlabs is just so much easier to use. I have used both. OBS I used mostly as a screen recorder, but it's so much easier to just set up something that looks good with Streamlabs. I don't think I can go back. See, but the scripts, batch files, and macros are not easy for me. Uh, outside of video games, I'm not really a power user, so anything beyond, basic modding or like LAN stuff. But yeah, I do need to wrap up. Yeah, Wednesday. It's technically playing with viewers. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have anyone shows up who. I don't know if anyone's gonna show up who actually owns Wingspan. But if you own it and you wanna play on stream, check that out. Thursday is gonna be Darkest Dungeon. I'm naming heroes after viewers, if I ever get any. Yeah, Wingspan is it's the digital version of a tabletop card game. It's basically an engine building game. It's like you collect birds and the birds have powers, and you just like generate resources for a set number of turns. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing the rest of this week, and I'm obviously done with Morrowind. I might be dropping Wingspan starting next week because there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in it. But yeah, I would say eh, I'm undecided on what game, but it's going to be something retro. Daggerfall. Is Daggerfall good? I've only seen I've only seen small amounts of footage from Daggerfall. I didn't get to play it back in the day. I can tell it's really advanced for its time, and it looks like a proper Elder Scrolls game. No promises, but I will consider Daggerfall for next week. Yeah, I think I saw where it's like you have to meet somebody in a tavern, and if you stand them up for it was a long time. It was like a month or something. They'll just leave the tavern and you can't finish the main quest. Daggerfall is free on Steam. All right. Well, I'll post a schedule for next week. Probably Thursday, maybe a little sooner. Oh, can't patch it? That's bad. Page discuss. Yeah, someone asked on the Steam forum, is there a modern game that plays like Daggerfall? And it took, looks like 10 replies for someone to say Skyrim. All right. So if I do Daggerfall, get the GOG version. Yeah, looks like some of the things this guy cared about was like character creation, guilds. I don't know. I think he was fishing for a troll for Skyrim, but then he got real answers instead of the troll answer he wanted. All right. Well, if I do Daggerfall, I'll definitely do the GOG version. Thanks for the advice there. And yeah, I gotta end the stream so I can get to bed soon. But thanks for coming by. It's been great to have some